Recently, what happened on my buddy's livestream.
Where is the traffic in our city of 101,000 people, Spring Valley? Let's see.
What? 88%? That's awesome. Alright. That's cool. Well done, Donnie. Consider me officially triggered. I know he's playing on console, so despawning is enabled, but still, with all the tools and mods at our disposal and the advanced logistics built into our city, we should be able to do better. Challenge accepted. Okay, so we are sitting at 85% traffic flow right now. So this means we are actually doing pretty good. I mean, we have some red spots which we will need to take a look at, but clearly, Clockwork Industry is drastically tanking our overall traffic flow percentage just because the industry is super busy. Here's the plan. We will implement a citywide cycling network. There is an issue though. Citywide in Dragon's case means we need to span over the river and also include the industry area. The problem is there are no one-way roads with bicycle lanes going in both directions. Fun thing about this is I have no freaking idea how this is going to turn out, but it should do something right. So let's see where our traffic flow percentage ends up after doing everything necessary. Hello peeps and welcome back to the next episode of Building Dragon with me, Drackert. That sounded weird, right? Well, the occasion made me do it. Anyway, I identified two red spots and how I'd like to fix them straight away, so let's do these first. On this interchange, let's get rid of the so-called lane mathematics and apply the diverge before converge principle instead, moving the node at which the traffic on the roundabout splits one node back. This then results in less vehicles on the outer lane to get off the roundabout, which will increase the chances for traffic to get on the roundabout slightly. And I want to turn around this piece of taxiway to allow for a longer queue before we are fixing the entry to the airport. As mentioned in other videos, sometimes it is better to limit the amount of possible directions and rather have more T-junctions than trying to fix a crossroad. The situation here was that I wanted to allow the police station to have an instant U-turn to get everywhere quickly, but then noticed this U-turn also attracted dummy traffic, so the shortest route for the police to leave the terminal area is to drive around the metro plaza and then take a right, or take this longer road to get over to the hotels and the airport cargo area. After adding the second T-junction, these buildings will have to regrow and we finally can progress to the main act of this episode, implementing the cycling network. We do not want to create additional traffic on the main roads or crossing the main roads, and cyclists in real life also prefer to bike on quieter side roads. In theory, most of our city is bikeable already, for I know for certain that our sims are able to bike on the sidewalks of basic roads, which are used a lot. So why implement a special cycling network using roads with bicycle lanes? Well, on bicycle lanes our sims can travel at a 33% faster speed, meaning the distance they are willing to bike is also increased by a third. And this additional range increment in return is hopefully getting more sims off of our roads entirely. Now, upgrading existing roads is pretty easy. It will just cost us parking space. So we also do not want to overdo it, otherwise we would have to sacrifice houses for additional parking garages. It gets way more interesting when we consider also the second objective, implementing this network without making the cyclists add to the congestion on already busy junctions. Meaning we will in some cases have to offer additional ways to cross our main roads and avenues. And finally, when implementing such a network, pedestrians could benefit from some of these safe crossing over our avenue solutions as well. Okay, so I decided to separate the junctions where the cars are digging it out from the crossings for pedestrians and cyclists, because the pedestrians will need access to the tram anyway, so why not use the same crossings for the cyclists as well? Which is actually pretty cool, because now we can alter the junctions for the cars and remove all the crosswalks so they are not hindered by any pedestrian crossings anymore. Okay, I think it is time to show you what we got so far, because I've been really busy. Even though we now have roads which offer tram lanes and biking lanes on the same road piece, I rather use 4-lane roads where the tram is going, just to ensure the cars would not have to wait behind the tram while they are performing their stops. So I stuck to the side roads for the biking highway, but also replaced all the passes in the city with a path asset from the workshop, which has pedestrian and biking lanes. But we are far from being done yet, because there are some obvious hurdles we need to conquer. So first, we need to install some shortcuts for pedestrians and cyclists. While implementing the network, I noticed a different problem. Our airport is only connected via highway or public transport. Such an important transport hub clearly should be connected to the pedestrian and biking network. I mean, luggage is not an issue, as all our Sims carry their cars around with them in their pockets, so why not bike to the airport for your holiday trip? Alright, actually we ended up with 2 of these passes, one coming from over here, connecting up there. The other one begins here at the plaza and then has these weird passing, then spirals up over there, until it finally ends at hotels and leisure area. This is because there is way more height difference to cover, so that track just needs more distance, you know. Now the cool thing about this is that our biking highway ends up here at the expo center, and should we ever want to expand the city, we could go along this ridge and then connect to this area of the city. Okay, now how to cross the river, or better, where to do that. On the other side, this block of unique factories acts like a barrier, so we need to approach it from the north and south. I made a logical error when turning this connection into a biking bridge, because I cannot connect with a pass to it when elevated. So we need a separate pass going over there as well. In general, less talking, more building. Let's get started. Okay, we managed to cross the river with 4 connections. Also, I looked at the traffic in the extraction areas and noticed that they do not require one-way infrastructure, so I turned them all into bikeable areas. That really helps with connecting the areas with each other. But now comes the tricky part: how to make the actual industry area accessible for cyclists. Since this area is made using one-way roads, our Sims will need to use the sidewalks for the final stretch to get to the exact building. But looking at it, this is organized in columns. Maybe we could speed up the part of selecting the right column with additional pass connections. Also, we need to add more. Like this pass bridge in the middle is cool and all, but we also need one up there, and then the one down there also has to serve the harbor area. And we also need to extend this further in and over the processing area and increase pass density there as well. now that we ensured that our industry area is very accessible for pedestrians and cyclists, I banned all the small vehicles in the industry area, and now I'm going to let the game run for a few hours just to ensure that we are going to get accurate readings. Okay, I checked on some bikers to see where they come from and where they go to, and Olivia here obviously does not skip leg days, because she is biking from all the way over there, pretty much all the way over here, which means we did a really good job at making cycling an attractive option to get around in the city. So let's check on the statistics. Yep, we pretty much double the amount of cyclists. The real question is though, does a cycling network help with traffic flow? I mean, it seems a bit less reddish in the city, but as predicted, even banning all the private vehicles from the industry area did not really have an effect on the industry traffic. So we are sitting at, drumroll, 85%. I'm not saying it is useless, and it definitely adds some life to the city, but no, a biking network does not help with traffic flow. That myth is busted. Thanks for watching, see you next time, bye!